Welcome to the Don't Talk Back to Your Mama podcast, where we talk about our views on being an entrepreneur family and all of that good stuff. I'm Tiara.
I'm LaTonya.
And I'm Amari.
And basically, today we're going to just talk a little bit about business and relationships and like how we've experienced that individually, together, whatever. I think that last taping, we kind of went over what a boss is and is being a boss trendy.
And we got a lot of feedback on that.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting. You know, I'm pretty impressed. We got a lot of good feedback from the show. So we want to thank you guys. We want to thank you for those of you who've had the opportunity to view it. You know, we wanted to definitely put it out there, catch the temperature on it to see how, you know, people felt about us before we kind of put it out there to the mass market. But it was pretty good based upon the feedback we've gotten so far. So I'm looking forward to us being able to release that. Are we doing a drop tomorrow? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so by the time you guys may see this episode, you should have seen the first one.
Yeah.
Or you're about to be watching the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of good feedback, you know, in regard to a lot of things that I heard was our chemistry. You know, people were kind of shocked that how we just vibe. Is that the cool word to say?
Oh my
Vibe.
God.
Vibe.
You know, it's like, it's a vibe. It's a, right? No?
Okay, but like when it's your mom and it's your sister, how can you not vibe? Like, I think we have the ultimate connection. Like, we've been doing this for how many years?
We have the ultimate connection. Some people, on the other hand, may not have this vibe with their family and their mom and stuff.
Yeah, because people can't get it sometimes. Like, y'all are always together. I'm like, we're really not. Or, you know, y'all spend a lot of time together. And I think that came out in the first episode that we taped. And people could just see how, you know, it was just, we were just in tune. You know, we were like on beat.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I don't like people, but I like y'all. And that's so crazy to me.
True.
Like,
Big facts, okay? Heavy on the don't like people.
I don't know. Some days, I don't know if you like me some days either. I don't know about
girl,
that.
I like you every day because I be ready to turn up.
Yeah, some days, I don't know if you really do. Like,
Please, girl, bye.
okay, all right. I just wanted to hear her say it.
I just know Tiara likes me all the time.
Girl,
She thinks you're her best
but you
friend.
didn't put my shirt
Me and
back.
Tiara, okay, first of all.
Why wouldn't you put my shirt back
First
after
of
you wore
all, I
them?
just feel like we're sisters, so I just feel like you just need to get over it and you just need to keep it pushing.
Oh,
So
my
y'all are
goodness.
best friends?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Are we best friends?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? My life would be incomplete without
Exactly.
you. Like, what's
Okay.
the song? So you start singing.
I'm sorry, I don't know what song we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're like
Yeah.
20. Like,
Okay, but what song are we? Go ahead, give the people a.
Without you. Destiny Child,
Girl,
Mom, was she singing the song right? Yeah, because I ain't hear
Oh
no
my God,
words
wait,
come out.
I'm gonna add the song.
Okay, come
to
back
the
with that next
description.
time. But I do. I agree. People ask me all the time because there's such an age difference between the two of you. You're 10 years apart, and people are like, how are they so close? And I was like, you know, that's a good question. Why do you think y'all are so close? Like, what is it that have kept you? Do you think, have y'all been close the whole time, though? Do you think? I'm asking from my perspective because people ask me. So how have y'all been able to bridge that? Because some people don't get along with their little sisters. And sometimes their little sisters definitely don't want to be bothered with their older sisters. Because usually the younger sister's bratty. And the older sister is bossy. So for some reason, y'all make it work.
I think the gap, the 10-year gap for me, it went from, I feel like this is my baby, like I'm raising my child, I love her so much under my wing, to like, oh my God, she's out of her shell, she's a grown person. And at the same time, like I can look at you as that because you are really grown into your own person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like your opinions matter. Like, I think that like you have grown into such an amazing butterfly. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so to add on to that, I just feel like growing up, like, I feel like, okay, like maybe like when Tiara was in college and stuff like that, I feel like Tiara always used to like grab me, and I always used to be with Tiara all the time. Like, Tiara would be out with her friends, and I would be with Tiara and her friends. And so I just felt like ever since then, I feel like we've always had some kind of like good relationship. I've never ever felt like, well, oh my God, Tiara's a big boss and I don't like how she's acting and the way she's talking. I don't feel like I've ever felt that way about Tiara for real, if I actually think about it. But yeah, I just feel like ever since, like, right around that time, I feel like me and Tiara have always had a really good relationship. And we've been like close, and I feel like I always could talk to Tiara. And same thing where she was like, "Oh yeah, I feel like I was raising her." I always kind of looked at Tiara like, she was like my big sister, but she was kind of like my mama too. But you know what I'm saying? Not taking any credit from my mama because my mama always been my mama. But
I know,
For sure.
you know,
For
you know what I'm saying?
You know, I know. I ain't worried about
You know,
that.
it used to be a point in time where I was like, "Oh, my mama's so irritating," and me and
Yeah.
Tiara could bond over that and both
Yeah.
understand that. Oh my gosh, sometimes mama can be a mama, and she's being a mama,
Very
and
annoying.
we could agree on that, and that's where we kind of bond. And
Yeah.
Tiara would be like, "Mari, come on,
Yeah.
come with me, girl." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. I support, all of that. And I think that's very beneficial for others, because like you said, we hear so many times about siblings that don't really connect.
Yeah.
Y'all do.
And like even like turning 30, I'm just like, I'd be so nervous, like, oh my God, you're doing this. Don't do that. Like, but like when I was your age, I definitely probably did worse. You know what I'm saying? But I just be looking like, oh my God, please don't do it. Like, learn from me, girl.
Are you learning from her?
Of course.
Anything?
Of course.
Okay, I
Of
just want to
course.
know. I just want to know. I
Of
mean,
course.
okay, good. Long as that's
See,
happening.
me and Tiara are very open with each other. I feel like we tell each other a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I feel like I do learn from a lot of the things that Tiara does tell me.
Yeah.
And I'm also sure you learned some things not to do.
1000%.
Girl,
Yes.
I
Oh
do
yeah,
I do
the,
too, and
What?
I-
I'm the first person to be like, girl, don't do that. Let me tell you. So if you gonna do this, don't do that in the future. If you gonna, if you gonna go this way, don't go that way the next time.
Yeah.
So I think that like we really bond over that, like just having like a real emotional connection and just having a real understanding. Like I feel like I can be honest with you. I feel like you can be honest with me, and same thing with my mama. Like
mama,
you
yeah.
know, our relationship is so honest between the three of us.
Yeah.
So I think that really explains our relationship. So for anybody that was wondering or
Yeah.
curious or had any ideas, that's a good explanation. I think our topic today, we're gonna dive right into like business and relationships,
Oh, girl.
because I think that that's something that we all share. Like, running a business maybe with your significant other or with your family, or
Running a business and your significant others in the dark, kind of not in it, but, looking.
On the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Well, of course, you guys know, I'll go ahead and say it right now. This is a topic I know very, very well. And if I could just think back, like, what was I thinking? Like, my first legitimate business, brick and mortar, I decided to get into it with my partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an experience. And it wasn't just a test of the business, it was a test of our relationship.
Of course.
And so, and let's just go ahead and set the foundation. I'll say when I think about that topic, I think about it could be two mates who are entrepreneurs that's in it together, but maybe do different things or do the same things. But then you have those that she's the entrepreneur and he's not, or he's the entrepreneur and she's not, and the dynamics get even crazier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's all you had to elaborate
Girl, I
on?
got a
Like-
whole lot to say about this topic. Y'all know this is my topic.
Right. So
This is my topic.
So let us know. So when you did and you started doing this with your partner, how did that go for you?
Yeah, I think that I was thinking it was going to be so dope. I thought it was going to be like, oh my God, we're doing this together. I thought, because the way we started out was I was already doing some business with him, but not maybe in partnership. So I thought it was going to be the same way, because I think that I was a little more reserved when we first met and I started doing business with him. But I think that as the relationship developed and we really said, okay, we got this whole business, like this big business that we're going to do. And I realized that I need to take a lead in certain areas. And I think that was a problem because he was used to, this my space. You intrude my space. I taught you this, but not realizing that just because I didn't know the industry didn't mean I didn't know business. It didn't mean that I wasn't already a leader. And I was already a leader. I had already managed people and dealt with a team and had to manage a budget. And I felt like I complimented his weaknesses, if that's the fair way to say it.
For sure.
But I think it was definitely like I came into his space Like, you know, that
Yeah,
was
like, what do you think about like him feeling like you may have taken it over? Like,
I
and-
did though. But
You
I kind of did though.
She
I mean, in reality, let's just keep it real. You know, he gave me a lane and I ran with it.
yeah,
I ran
for
with
sure.
it, and I think that was kind of, you know, a little uncomfortable. I think it was a proud moment, like that's my protege. But I also think it was, oh my gosh, she really doing this, and you know how am I viewed now? I do think that was kind of a challenge for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that like your type A personality and he might have been type A personality as well. And those two when those two people come together,
Yeah.
it may be a clash for sure.
Yeah.
It's a power struggle.
Yeah, but remember me telling you this. I remember when Tiara got into this, the first thing I said was, be prepared for everything that's going to come with it. Meaning that I worried about, are you going to be able to have a successful relationship with a man? Are you really going to be able to do this in this specific industry? You know, and the challenges sometimes is that you're walking into a male-dominated industry, and sometimes you're dealing with men all the time or majority of the time, and sometimes your mate as a woman can't deal with that, but it's the opposite. It's the reverse too, because men sometimes their woman can't deal with it. They sitting at home like, he having all the fun, you know, whether
Yeah.
he's a trainer. Think about trainers, mostly train women, right? Or if they're in some type of industry where women are always around. It really can go both
Yeah,
ways. And I
for
said
sure.
this to you. And what did you think when I first told you? You think I was joking? Like,
Oh,
you
I
like,
thought it was a joke for real.
oh, you thought you had it under control.
Oh yeah, I'm a relationship.
Oh.
I'm a serial relationshipper. Is that a word? Like
Serial relationshipper.
yes. Like I just think that I have it
serial
down packed. Like I know
relationshipper.
what a relationship should consist of. I usually, you know, I've had good relationships, healthy relationships, but I think that having a bar taught me that you may not understand everything, and sometimes you kind of got to put yourself in other people's shoes. And I would say that the business has more so affected my relationships in a way that I may not ever have one that is completely trustworthy or understanding, because I'm around men all day, every day in a bar. You know, people are drinking every day in a bar.
Yeah.
I can't expect someone to be openly trustworthy, you know, straight off the bat or all the time. Like, I get it, things will happen and misunderstandings will happen. But yeah, just having a mate in this industry does not really work.
I really can't think of too many successful relationships. And I hate to say that, but if it is, guys, comment, tag, you know, tell us that y'all killing it. Tell us that y'all
Yeah.
making it work, because we want to hear about it.
Right.
You know, I'm still in that relationship, but it's still a struggle. Like, it's really a power struggle, because I am a leader by nature.
Yeah.
And I'm a boss up.
But once you get out of that environment, don't you feel like it's been 1,000% better? Like,
I don't know, because I'm still in a male down.
So
Now I'm in the trucking.
I have a question. So do you ever like wish you could like go back and do it differently?
No.
Like, do you ever wish you could go back and be like, yeah, I wish I would have just let him do it, or I wish I would have just did my own
And
thing
feel bad?
instead of, you know, coming together and
Girl,
doing it
y'all know
together?
y'all mama. Heck no.
she can't fall
Ain't no
back.
falling back. Ain't no. You gonna have to deal with this. You gonna have to work with this. You gonna have to get to this. I mean, I'm serious. You know, Mari, for you being so young, you even coming into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you being in a relationship, you are telling me that it hasn't been some type of challenge sometimes, or some type of strain, or, you know what I mean? I think it's a natural thing that's going to happen in any situation. You don't think so?
Can you be a bottle girl right now?
Right. And would your mates be okay with that? Ooh,
Your partner.
partner.
So
Yeah. With the little tube, what they wear here? The little bodies, with the
The
little
bodysuits with the
yeah.
tights, because I did that
stomach
for 2
out.
years.
Yeah, Tiara did all that.
I did the bartending with
listen, it depends
cheeks
on
out.
who your partner is, okay? Because some partners are very confident within themselves. They are
Okay.
not insecure. They know who their woman is, and they know what they bagged, and they know what's going on. And some people have the mindset of, oh, my girl is just going to go get her bag, and then who is she coming home to at the end of the night? Me. Some people have that perspective. However,
You got the floor, girl.
on the other hand, personally, I don't think I would do anything like be a bottle girl. First of all. Second of all, some people aren't comfortable with those
Some
things.
people are not comfortable with
Well,
that.
viewers, if y'all can tell me somebody who man is okay with you going there collecting the bag, if you can name, please share with us. Comment, like, tag somebody.
Yeah, because we really, I mean, this is just our perspectives. Me personally, I have not seen it work
Me either.
successfully.
It is
I
so-
have tried. I'm talking about, like, I've been, and I don't want to put it out there like that, but like an after hours maybe type of place where I may stay open to like 3
Yeah.
or whatever the case is. If my man has not been here, that may have been a problem. Doesn't matter who that man was, but like, I think you got to know in the back of your mind that maybe a relationship may not work in this environment for sure.
Yeah. I think it takes a lot, is all I'm saying. And that.
A lot of trust.
Yeah.
Trust is like the thing that plays the number one factor.
And I'm going to be very honest with you. I've been in situations, it's been the reverse for me, that I done pulled up like, what's going on? Like, that I felt a certain type of way too. So if I'm going to be very transparent, there were times early that I felt like, oh,
Yeah.
trying to play. What's going on?
And
up
it's so
here?
funny that you say that because it's like I've even dated like promoters, club guys, whatever. I never care about stuff like that. I don't
Really?
know what it is. Like, what about you that raised me to be this rock or be
Yeah.
this weirdo? But like, you could be around 1,000 Instagram bitches,
It ain't
and
gonna-
it's literally not gonna
Yeah.
faze me. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
I think for me though, Tiara and Mari, seriously, it's the disrespect. Like, I'm confident in who I am. Like, I feel like, and I don't want nobody to, boo. I don't feel like there's anybody better than me. So the fact that you even try me, you even think about it, yeah, that was the problem right there. Like, me? No, not me.
You feel like that too?
I feel you.
Yeah, y'all know. Yeah, we built like that. Like,
I feel like okay, like they're like I feel like I'm that girl, but like at the same time, that makes me feel like okay, if you do go do something, or if you, it's whatever.
So I feel like if you're in a relationship with a person, I feel like a person should make you feel like you're that bitch. Like
Yeah.
that's who you are. This person does not make you feel like, oh yeah, there could be possibly somebody else, or there could be somebody that's better than you. And I feel like your partner should make you feel that way. Like there should not be no thought in your mind that your partner may think that, oh yeah, she might not be as bad as this other girl,
absolutely.
or she might not do as what this other girl do. I feel like your partner should make you feel that way.
And maybe that's what it is. Like maybe I haven't been in a situation where somebody makes me feel inadequate. Like I've never had to deal with feeling insecure with my mate. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I haven't experienced that where, okay, you got all these bad bitches around you and I feel so small. No, I've never felt small around any of the people that I've been with because they always put me on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even date somebody that doesn't feel like I'm that girl above anybody that they're around.
But what about the woman who's at home and, they're both working 9 to 5s, and now all of a sudden she has goals. She's inspired. She wants to go start a business, but her mate is like, no, you ain't been doing that. Look at us.
Yeah,
Like,
what's making you want to get up and do that?
yeah, like what's going on? And they're looking at her side eye like, no, you're not doing that. What advice would we give that woman that's at home? Like, no, I want to pursue my goals. What advice do we have? What would y'all say?
I would say the number one would be like make a plan. Like make that nigga make you take make that nigga take you serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come here and be like, this is what I think is popular right now. This is what I think is going to make us the most money. Give me a whole business plan. How you going to get a loan? You know what I'm saying? Don't depend on my money, because the nigga, at the end of the day, I feel like the nigga only rejects that idea when they feel like, oh, they just want to take your money. Yeah. You know, the woman wants to just take their money and go start a business, and it's not going to be successful. If you come to him and be like, okay, this is how I can apply for a loan. This is how I can do this and do that, and the third, okay, he might be like, let me give you 5 bands, 10 bands to go do something.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Girl, I be knowing a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, that was. But anyway.
Oh, girl, bye.
I agree with you on that.
Mari might know one. I don't know if she know more than one.
I'm going to leave that conversation alone. But I agree with you. You need to come to the table with a plan.
And be serious.
And you need to show them that this is something you really want to do. You need to do your research. And the other thing I would say is, while you're working your 9 to 5, start working your business so they can see that you're really passionate about it. This is something you really want to do. And then you got to also include them. You know, I'm sorry. They want to feel included. What do I need you? You know, you need to talk to them about what you need from them and ask them for recommendations. Tell me what you think. Share it with them. You gotta get their buy-in. Like, you know how we do, ladies. Put on that little, something nice and say, here's my business plan, and, pull it out and have the champagne out. And, you gotta sometimes entice them a little bit so that they really see, okay, she really got this together, but you also got to make them feel like they're a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And I know sometimes that's hard to do, but you got to get their buy-in too as well. What would you say, Mari, from your perspective?
Oh, no, 100%. I think sometimes women can be really independent, and sometimes when a woman is really independent and she may make a man feel like, oh, yeah, like she might not need him for real. Yeah. It may make the man, like, feel like he's belittled, like, you don't need me. You don't need me to help you do this. I mean, like, just anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
it
sure.
doesn't even have to just be like financially. Like, just anything. You don't need me to go do this. Yeah. And it could just make a man like feel like he's not. You know what I'm saying?
Needed.
Yeah, needed
for sure. And I feel like I can even take this conversation so many ways, but I'm just gonna take it the way I want to take it right now, because I really hate that. Okay. You can have your business, running smoothly. You have the people that work for you, working, doing the best that they can. And then you have a mate or a man coming in and saying, oh, I think I should be a part of this. I'm trying to give you advice in this. I'm trying to tell you how to do this. Let me help you perfect this. Yeah. First of all, I didn't ask you for that. Right. And that's actually my pet peeve. Like, I swear to God, like, if I meet a guy and the first thing you say is like, oh, well, I feel like I need to help Thirst do this. Yeah. I'm immediately turned off because I didn't ask you for that. Yeah, you don't know what my plans are. Ask me my plans first before you insert yourself into my whole business structure.
Yeah, absolutely. And seriously, we're asking you guys, tell us what you think. We don't have all the answers. We think we're pretty smart. We pretty much think we got this area covered. But I would love to hear your comments. Share in the comments what you're thinking, what recommendations that you have. Somebody may be experiencing this right now. That person or that man be sitting at home like, oh, my God, I feel boxed in. I have to make sure the bills pay. I can't go pursue my goals because my woman is on me that these bills need to be paid. And so I'm not going to just say women are going through it. It could be men, too, as well, like not sure really what to do and how to deal with that, because a woman wants them bills paid. And if they feel like, oh, you trying to go start a business? How this going to work? I'm not paying these bills, So I just think it could go either way. So, fellas, we're not leaving you guys out as well, because that could really go, either way.
Oh, so y'all going left of me. Like, saying, I don't want them a part of my stuff. You saying no.
All I'm saying is that it could go both ways. Like, seriously.
I like being independent. I like doing stuff my way.
We know.
My way or the highway. I'm very open to people's feedback and, their ideas and whatever that, they may have. But I kind of do want to side with Tiara a little bit, where it's just like, you get what I'm saying? Like, your ideas are cool and all, but come to me with their ideas first and be like, this is what you think. So I can come back to you and be like, well, I was already thinking this, and this is what I already have planned and what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
And this is my thing. if she wants to do her thing or he wants to do his thing, go do yours too. Like, you don't have to get wrapped up in his or hers. Like, seriously, sometimes we feel like, well, he's doing that or she's doing that, so I got to be involved in it. Like when Tiara was talking about the club. No, you don't. Go do your own thing. And
I have cut off dudes because they said,
what?
you inspire me. I'm going to go open my own bar. I have literally cut them off. I have literally said, you are not going to do that. You are not going to be with me and go open another bar in Richmond, Virginia.
That's whack, y'all.
Dead.
Why do y'all say no?
First of all, if that's something you wanted to do, why didn't you already have done it before? Second of all, don't go be trying to compete or even get in her lane. Like, not that it's competition. I'm not even, here I go speaking for her. I'm about my kids. But not that you are no competition for her, but why you want to go do what she want to do?
And it's not even that. It's like, almost to me, it's like, why don't you want to do it together? You know I'm already doing it. You know I want to expand.
That's great.
Why wouldn't you say, okay,
expansion.
I was about to say my bitch. I go say that. Okay, my girl is doing this, right? And I want her to be bigger and better.
Yeah.
Why would I not want to do this with her so we can make it even bigger? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, believe in me. This is my lane. I've been doing this. Why you want to jump in this lane as if you don't trust my expertise or you don't feel like I'm not going to do anything great with it? Like, that's how it made me feel. It made me feel like you were trying to say, oh, I'm going to go do it and I'm going to do it better.
Yeah, and I feel that way sometimes about trucking, too. Y'all hear me complain sometimes about the trucking industry, and sometimes I feel like I don't want to just hear a pat on the back, oh, it's going to be all right. No, step up and do something. Do something. Sometimes it's not just we want the pat on the back and, everything's going to be okay, babe. No, if you're my partner, we in this together, and we building something, then I should be able to have access to whatever you have to be able to do what I need to do, with the business. Because even though it's me, it's us. But I think sometimes they can't see that because their name not on it or something like that. Is that kind of maybe what the problem is?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Y'all let us know.
Y'all tell us because we're confused.
We're not there. Yeah. We're not there. We're not in that position. But
yeah,
I just know how it feels to me on being on the opposite side of that. Like,
But do y'all think that? And I'll ask you this: has it impacted your relationships? Has it made it that? Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to have to pick one over the other. Have y'all felt like y'all had to pick one thing or the other? And for you, Mari, it just may be because you're always around. You're always in it. And you're in these circles, girl. You're getting in these circles. So have you ever felt like you had to choose one over the other? And would you choose?
Go ahead and touch on it first, Tiara.
Take the mic.
I take the L every time. I take the L to my relationship every time because I really put my business before myself. And that means that my man can't tell me when to close my business. My man can't tell me what to do in my business. My man can't tell me who can come in and out of here.
Yeah.
So I can be very honest and transparent about that. No matter who my man is, it's always going to be the business first because my biggest fear is being broke. I've been there, done that. Yeah. So if there's anything I can do to avoid that, if I got to always prioritize the business before that, that's just what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? I think Mari's perspective is more of like, have you had to see your person in an environment, maybe like a club environment or, a bartending environment that was uncomfortable to you, and like, how did that make you feel? Like,
or them working in your family businesses and a part of them.
Did they feel like an insider? Or outsider?
Yeah, that's good.
So I just feel like personally, I can't touch on this. I feel like, I don't want to say it, but I feel like I'm gonna have to say it.
Say it, girl.
I do not put me first all the time. Mm-hmm. However, so like touching on like the whole, seeing what's going on, because, okay, obviously we can touch on this, I, have what I have, and, they were working in my family's business, and I just feel like talking to them, they kind of felt like, sometimes they felt like they were an insider. Sometimes they felt like they were an outsider.
Yeah.
And, you know, every time it just depended upon the situation, which all kind of just goes back to the whole point of how can you work with, you know, family relationships in a business. Because obviously, even when y'all aren't working in the business, like, you know, there's going to be some kind of problems, you know, that y'all are going to go through, whatever. But it's a lot. Like, it was a lot, you know, having to deal with things and seeing things happen right in front of me, you know, and not being able to act how you want to act and say what you want to say just because it's like, all right, it's business.
Yeah.
So keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes back to the whole thing of y'all being like, you know, if I was a bottle girl or doing whatever, how would my partner feel? You know, I was like, you know, I was the partner at one point, and I was seeing, you know, what was going on, and I know how it made me feel.
Yeah.
So being how I know it, how it made me feel, you know, it makes me, you know.
Yeah. And I know nothing about you is an insecure person about you, because we know that, but it's just, I think it's normal, is what you're saying. It's just a normal feeling.
It's a normal feeling.
Yeah.
Just
and
like
you know,
being
empathy.
there.
And you know, empathy. You can put yourself in that person's shoes and be like, okay, well, that made me uncomfortable when I saw this. So, okay, this would make this person uncomfortable if they saw that. So, like, 1,000% understand that for sure.
100%.
But what do y'all think about, because I know we were talking about, like, relationships and, you know, being with your partner, and does it impact you being an entrepreneur? You know, does it change things and kind of what that feels like? But how do you think it works sometimes when the relationship is family?
Okay, so like with family, for sure. I think it's sometimes like a power struggle, especially when there's like different age groups. So like I know on multiple occasions I felt like I may have been more knowledgeable about something, or I may be so headstrong about how I feel about something, or you know, I think that this is the best thing I should do, but somebody that's older than me may think I should do something else. Like, sometimes it's not fair. Like, sometimes it's like you want to say, all right, relax. I get it. You're older and experienced. But listen to me. Like, I know this, you know, I know this current genre. I know this this vibe right now. I know what people are looking for. You know, sometimes you have to, like, literally say, I get it. You're my elder. I look up to you. You're I want to say an example. I don't even know how to say it.
We don't have to do it.
Okay, so somebody came to me and said, hey, I have 10 years of experience doing something you have 3 years of experience of doing.
Right.
And I had to be like, well, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was 2010, and we're at 2022 right now.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes you just have to come at them differently than you would come at somebody, come at someone that's not actually your family.
Yeah.
It's just more sensitivity to me. I don't think dealing with your family is hard. I don't think dealing with your people, your mentors, is hard. I think that how you communicate with them just has to be different.
Yeah. I agree with that. You know, I just think that I'm a big believer in, you know, we say all the time, you know, can family work together? Can, you know, does it impact you guys? When Tiara talked about power struggle, I think sometimes we have that in our own family sometimes, because everybody knows what they know, and everybody's got strong personalities. I think more than anything, it's never a matter of not wanting each other to win. It's not that at all, because I think we all want everybody to win. Like, we'll do anything, and I think the struggle sometimes is like we don't do it like that person wants them to do it, or they're not moving the way we want them to move.
Or as quickly.
Yeah, or as quickly as we think that you can move, because we know for sure I'm one of those people. I'm a starter. I'm a builder. I'm just going to go do it. Like, seriously, I'll figure out the rest of the shit on the way. And then sometimes, you know, Tiara may be the person, she got to have it all together. Well, let me do the research. Well, let me put my notes together. Well, girl, if you don't just get up and get this done. So sometimes that be my friction with you. Like, get up and just do it. And I'm same way with Mari. Like, when she said she wanted to do nails, just get up and do it, right? So I just think that sometimes that may be kind of our thing, you know, our challenges sometimes being entrepreneurs and being family, the relationship sometimes be challenged that way. But most time I just don't answer the phone for a couple of days, or, girl, I don't want to deal with it. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. Let's just kind of move on. But yeah, I just was curious what y'all thought about that.
So, like, I feel like family in business and entrepreneurship together, I feel like sometimes it can be hard just because we're family. So being the fact that we're family, sometimes family thinks that because we are family, you know, you need to show me some kind of type of different treatment or emotions or something like that differently, right? And so with that being said, like, you know, you could do something wrong in the business or something could go wrong and it's on you, whatever. And being the fact that, you know, if your boss is the family member and your boss is like, okay, well, if this was anybody else, I would have just fired you and you just would have been out the door. You feel what I'm saying? But like, it's like, because you're my family, I care about you. You know, I want you to, you know, have going on what you have going on. So, you know, we're going to do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes the emotion isn't always there.
Yeah.
And so someone ends up getting their feelings hurt. And I feel like that's what happens.
I think we just need to invite partners, current partners, old partners. Or,
because I want to speak.
We need to just invite them all on and the family. Yeah.
I want to speak for a partner, but he's not here. But I can just speak about like how it made me feel. It was like I had a partner work with another family member, and then to me, I'm just like, tell them how you feel. Say exactly what the F is on your mind.
Girl, who are you telling?
You know what I'm saying? Okay, we both been there. So like, I kept telling him, I'm like, I don't care if that's my mom. We take our family hats off when we come together about business. Like if it's about trucking or whatever, that's not my mom. That's Tanya, and I'm gonna tell her how I feel about something. And I just felt like this person was not understanding what I was saying. He was like, well, that's your mom, and I can't talk to her that way. I said, no, she is your business partner. Y'all have a contract together. If she's doing something that you're not okay with, or that you don't like, if she's not producing the way that you want, I'm like, tell her. I don't care if it's my mom. But I think that we're really good about taking those hats off when we need to and putting them back on when we need to. And I guess you can't expect that from everyone, for real.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if it's that is it an intimidation thing, or is it just a respect thing, or is it just okay? Respect. I can roll with that.
Respect for your family.
Just
respect. What I'm saying.
Like that's your mom. Like, you know,
that's your sister. You feel what I'm saying?
It's momager vibes.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel you. But we know that I always talk about boundaries. So the boundaries just have to be in place, and the respect has to be in place. As long as that's there, I think anything is workable.
Yeah, no curse words, for sure. Don't curse my mother out.
I think we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, they not saying
I'm dead.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get in the
They know
ring with
it's one going, that's not even an option. You know, my mate said all the time, if I got a problem with you, I know I got a problem with Tiara and Amari. Oh, yes, you do. That's just how it is.
I definitely had to learn the whole boundaries thing because I felt like, you know, having to deal with like someone that I'm in a relationship with, having to deal with my family because they're in business with my family or doing some kind of business with my family. I feel like in the beginning, I was always like, oh my gosh, you feel this way and this is what's going on. Okay, well, let me insert myself into what y'all have going on and communicate this to my family member because this is what's going on, and you may feel a little uncomfortable about that. But like you said, you have to learn boundaries at some point, and I couldn't keep inserting myself into somebody else's business that I had no part of, and the only thing that I had was this emotional connection with the two people. And you know, I had to learn to not do that because at the end of the day, that's not my business. And that's what y'all have going on, and I had to you were
giving family advice when you should have been giving girlfriend advice. Girlfriend advice is tell your manager how you feel. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell your manager you're not getting paid for what you're doing. You know,
and this is what's going on. Yeah,
I agree with that. I do think there's a separation. I like that. Girlfriend advice, boyfriend advice, friend advice. You just got to give it because there are going to be times when this happens. And so, you know, like our family, we're like, oh, they need a job, or something's going on, or they bought a truck, or oh, let's see if we can help them. We're just that type of family. We always trying to help everybody else, and sometimes it's a conflict for the relationships that's involved. So I agree with you, but I don't know if that's ever going to change. But I think the people that continue to come into our circle is going to have to learn how to have a little bit more backbone and be able to express how they feel. And look at us as partnership, business relationship and not look at me as Tiara's mom, Mari's mom, etc. But that can be hard for some people. But I think it's how you set things from the beginning is really going to lead how things end, right? Would y'all agree?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But, like we said, we don't have all the answers. I'd definitely be curious to see what y'all think. Tell us what y'all thinking about this subject, because I know it can be touchy. I know there's somebody at home like, I really want to do this. Y'all are inspiring. I really want to go start my business, but my mate not trying to hear that, because you're going to take money out the household to go put into a business. And you guys all know that starting a business, you use a lot of your own money up front, and they not understanding that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I done been told, and not to cut you off here, but y'all know, y'all done heard it. Y'all done been told I get to go use all my money, put it into my business, and I don't have to worry about household bills and things like that. So I know there's somebody else experiencing that, for sure.
And like, I think what it is too is just about balance, right? Because I would say the hardest thing like that I've seen or slightly had to deal with is there's two entrepreneurs in one house. Oh my God, that is the most stressful thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't see how people do it. Like, I don't see how there's an entrepreneur, dead set and starting a business, and then there's another entrepreneur whose business may be going okay, but it's like there's no consistency anywhere. Like, I don't see how that works, period. And I would love to know, like, if there's someone who's experienced that and done that well, please leave some comments, because I couldn't imagine me trying to open a business and my partner is not financially stable.
That's a problem. I don't think you should do that.
You don't think you should ever do that?
So. I think somebody has to be stable, or both of you have to already be stacked. You can't have that imbalance, because it's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem.
What about love?
Girl, go ahead.
Girl,
What bills are love is love gonna pay?
Oh, so now we doing love and business?
Exactly.
I think it's business and love. No, I'm sorry. Y'all ain't
But
gonna
if I
insult y'all.
love you, we can struggle together. We can't.
I don't want to struggle together.
Oh,
Go ahead,
God. That's
seriously,
crazy.
y'all can have that one. I appreciate all you girls out there and those guys out there that's all in love and all of that. But let me just tell you something. Love just don't pay the bills. So make sure that y'all got y'all finances in order, because that's a huge problem in a relationship. And then imagine two people with two starter-ups. Oh, no. I can't even imagine that. One person need to get on and help and support that person. When that person's stuff is going 3 years in, almost 5, then you jump in and you start yours. But
what about what you just said? The woman who wants to go.
Well, she needs to work her job and do her business at the same time. It can be done. I don't believe in that whole quit your job, go start a business thing. No. I'm not with that, because I stayed at corporate America a long time, and I was starting my business while I was in corporate America. So no, you got to keep that going. My ex-husband wasn't going for that. He was like, you got a good job, you making 6 figures, you got a nice home, you got a nice car, you need to go to work. I'm the entrepreneur, because he had the clothing business, he had started doing dump trucks. He's like, no, you no.
Yeah.
He wasn't going for that. So I'm just saying that it just got to be some balance. So what I did was, being me, I just started working on my stuff while I was in corporate America. But I just think you gotta, don't give up on your dreams. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that you might have to sacrifice a little bit more of your time to not be able to do it right now. You just might have to work on yours on the side. Yeah. Who hits first. Like, it's your turn.
And it's just like almost like if our ambitions are not on the same level, if our motivations aren't on the same level, if I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. trying to start my day and get to this money, and you not doing that with me, then we might as well break up, because I can't, that doesn't work for me at all.
I get up at 6 a.m. and you're still in the bed at 9, 10 o'clock, I start to feel a certain kind of way. And I've heard, I'm dead serious about that. Like, that's a problem for me.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you really look to your partner to be motivated. Like, you don't look to your kids to be motivated. You don't look to your parents to be motivated. Like, if this person is getting up out of the bed with me every morning and he's not getting to his business, if he's genuinely trying to jumpstart his business and I'm jumpstarting my business in the morning and I'm out the bed before you, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. I think so.
What you about to say?
Well, Martin, because you like to sleep in. That's why you ain't got
Yeah,
nothing to say.
'cause you-
Oh, that is what
What
just.
you was about to
Oh,
say.
I forgot. She don't get up till noon. Wow.
So,
The new baby.
listen, I just feel like
You-
if he can or whomever can afford to do that. What if they're making money in their sleep where they don't have to get themselves up at 6 a.m. like you do because you may have to go do this or whatever you have going on in entrepreneur lifestyle. But for example, like if you're out here doing lashes and you have an appointment at 7 a.m. and your man got whatever he got going on and he don't have to get up at 6 a.m. with you, I don't feel like he should have to get up
But
at 6
can we
a.m.
afford our $1 million house yet? Like, it's like, I'm just what I'm saying.
And
like,
Go ahead, Tiara.
no, I'm just saying, like, I'm okay. So, at the end
I
of the day-
just feel like I like to sleep in. People like to sleep in some. Do y'all sleep in some days? Don't make it seem like y'all get up at 6 a.m. every single day of y'all life.
I don't
Because
get
y'all
up.
sleep in some days and don't act like y'all don't.
I don't get up past 8 o'clock. And here's the thing. What are you sleeping in for? You need to be going to the gym. You need to be getting up, making sure that, the car's got gas. You need to be up doing something. It's
Not
something
making
for
sure the
you to
car's
do.
got gas.
It's something for
Talking
you
about
to be
making sure the car's
doing.
got gas.
Get up and do something. Your health is your wealth. So
Yeah.
I get it. The money is making it night while you sleeping. But baby, what you looking like? You need to get up. Are you going to be here to enjoy that money?
I just feel like as long as you're up before 12 p.m., I think you're okay.
Okay, girl.
I think there's
that-
more than enough time in the day. If you wake up at a nice little 10 a.m., you can go to the gym. Go ahead, put your gas in your woman's car.
Wait, is your nigga going to the gym at 10 a.m.?
Yeah, and I'm on gas in my car.
And, you know.
Okay, so I'm just saying, we both need 3 sources of income to be successful right now. To get
Right.
to the lifestyle that we both want, because I know we both want it, right? If you my nigga, you want the same lifestyle I want. And in order for us to get that, we need 3 sources of income. And if your one source of income allows you to wake up that late, cool.
Yeah.
But we need to be up into it. Why is that such a crazy thing to think?
I don't think it's crazy. I just like to sleep in. So, if my partner expect me to be up at 6 a.m. every day, well, this is very unrealistic, and it's not gonna be me.
But you know what? You have the luxury of
But
being
see,
a
let me
woman.
tell you something though. My partner could be the person that wake up at 6 a.m. and do whatever part my partner got going on.
Okay.
And listen, I may be the person that's up working at 3 a.m. and still doing stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, girl.
So
You have the luxury of being a woman at the end of the day too.
Yeah.
So it's like it's really, you get a little pass if you want to sleep late for sure.
okay.
For sure.
As the woman.
As the woman, but the man does not get that pass, and I stand on that traditional thing there. And my man to be up trying to get to this bacon. I don't eat bacon, but he better be up trying to get to it or something. I don't know.
I sure hope we to help some people today. I hope this was helpful for somebody today.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely think that like someone will relate with us. We have
Yeah.
different opinions.
Absolutely.
I want to know y'all opinion on what they said regarding
What part?
regarding the whole you think your partner should be up when you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and they need to be on the ball. Let me know what y'all think and your opinions on that. Just because clearly we kind of don't see really eye to eye on that really too well.
Facts.
Not.
So I just want to know your thoughts because I already said how I felt.
I'm okay.
And I had 2 parents that woke me up at 7 a.m. on Saturday to start cleaning up and start
Yeah.
getting everything ready for the day. So I woke up at 7,
Girl, get up.
6 a.m. every day, probably as a child.
Tanya did that with you.
I know.
She ain't do that with me.
Different.
Cause
Different.
girl, you had a spoiled one, as they say. Like Tiara had it a little harder than what you had it. Tiara had to be doing something all the time, or I was like, "What you doing?"
And that's fine. I'm okay with being
The spoiled one.
Okay.
the spoiled one.
All right, I don't mind that I was able to spoil you and be able to do those things for you. I'm okay with that. It gives us some balance in this thing. So my thing
Okay.
is this: well, this has been a good topic. Let's just say this. This has been a good topic,
And we
good
have so much more to
conversations,
say.
and we have so much more that we want to say. But we got to wrap up, right? We have got to put this to a close. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and, sharing your feedback, liking us, keep sharing us, helping us get our views up. This is episode 2. Today we talked about business and relationships and a little bit more than that. And we just want to thank you guys for continuing to support us, continue to spread the word. We're excited. We can't wait to come back next week, 2 weeks, and see what we talk about then. So, guys, we want to, as we always close with, what's the closing is? I'll let Tiara do that.
I'm weak. Something that that your mama said that you wish you would have listened to. Amari?
We're gonna start on Tiara today.
Oh my goodness, did you not throw it back to me?
I just threw it back to you.
No, I'm throwing it back to you.
You know what? I know that they have many lessons that their mama told them that they better not do it. They went out here and did it anyway. I already know.
Okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be like, okay. If you ever want to have a normal relationship or a successful relationship, don't start a nightclub.
Woo, child, didn't I say that? Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, I definitely did tell her that.
Would have saved me a little bit of heartache, for sure. 4 years of a little bit of heartache.
I feel like one thing that my mom did tell me that I wish I would listen to is, let's touch on the relationship thing, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like one thing that I wish I would listen to is everyone makes mistakes. And I feel like a little minute ago, being in a relationship, I always felt like it needed to be perfect. And my mom would always tell me, like, even, people are still like in their 30s and they still make mistakes in their relationships. And it's okay, because at the end of the day, everybody is human. Everybody makes their own mistakes. And I wish I would listen to my mom when she told me that, because I just feel like I would be really hard on my partner about making mistakes. And being the fact that, we were the age that we were, it didn't make sense for me to be that hard on them. So I feel like that is one thing that I wish I would have listened to when you told me that.
Well, one of the things I'll say from, my mama is you got to be in it for the long haul. If you're not in it to win it, if you're not in it to really make it work, then you need to go ahead and drop on out. It's just like in sports or anything else. If you're really not going to do this, don't waste your time doing it. And, to see my mom and dad be together for as long as they did before she passed away, there were always good times. They had some challenging times, but they were always in it together. They was in it to win it, all the time. And that's one thing I think about is longevity and sticking in it. Well, guys, guess what? We've made it through episode 2. We are so thankful for you guys for joining us this evening, this morning, tonight, wherever you're joining us from.
Oh, okay, wait. So, again, I'm Tiara at the Tiara Taylor, at Mark T. Jacobs on Twitter.
I am LaTonya Taylor, and I am LaTonya Taylor on Instagram and Facebook.
And you can catch me on Instagram and TikTok at my name